I'm back.
Yep, we are back.
Me and Al.
Yep.
First of all, Al,
Yeah?
top of the morning to you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Feels earlier than usual to start drinking.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock here in California, and it's 8 o'clock back east, all my eastern friends,
And it's 6 and 7 in between.
and 6 and 7 in between. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Well, today, what's going on today? Oh, we had, you know, the bighorn sheep that come to our back bedroom window. We call them horses. I don't know why, because it's too hard to say, the bighorn sheep are here. So we go, the horses are here. And we both know what we mean, but they're not horses. They're bighorn sheep. And we not only had one visitation this morning in the waterfall, they didn't come to our back bedroom gate, but now they're back there for a second time. We just came down in the golf cart, and there they were. And this time I wasn't afraid of chasing them away, so I went, hey, bighorns, hey, big king, hey, horses, and they all went, and then back down to their food. So
Yeah, it's all about the food.
it's all about food, isn't it? All of you have a dog. You think it's you, don't you? I remember Barry Manilow said that to me one day. He came over and he was really depressed, and I said, what's wrong? He goes, it's all about the food. I said, what are you talking about? He goes, with my dogs. I realized it's not about me, it's about the food. I went, duh, yeah. In the animal world, they just want to eat. Like us.
Yeah.
So, you know what we're having for dinner tonight? Caroline and Violet will be here shortly. And so, what you doing now? Al?
Here they are.
Who? They?
The bighorn,
Oh.
right outside our bedroom. Look at them. These are the ladies, I think.
Yeah, well, they're no ladies after what we saw yesterday. You know, I'll get back to the what I'm having for dinner because I'm on the train of thought. But yesterday, one of the big events going on with the bighorn sheep was that it must be mating season. And the big king, and ironically, the king is one with the biggest horns. Who's that?
Oh, it's Stephen.
Oh.
Maybe I'll call him back.
Yeah. So, there was one girl that this bighorn was after in a big way. And he chased her and 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 chased her. And she wouldn't let him catch her, and she wouldn't let him catch her. And they're up the top of the mountain, then down the mountain, then into the waterfall, and away from the waterfall. I mean, it never stopped. I don't know. And then he cornered her at one moment. It's not very romantic.
It was one moment.
I know. It was like one pump.
But he'd been building up to it, obviously.
Yeah, but that was that.
Yeah,
And
maybe
then,
it was premature ejaculation.
Maybe I don't want to like even think about it. And then
Well,
we're
that
talking
could-
about the sex life of bighorn sheep right now. For those of you just
Right, yeah. I mean, he chased her for at least a half
or
hour.
at least.
So that's foreplay.
Okay, and
Right?
when we finally got her, and it was boom.
And she's in, what do they call that? In, what?
He,
No.
No?
Well, yeah, heat, but there's a more
we
scientific,
go through?
yeah, no, there's a word for it that refers to the fragrance.
oh, her perfume.
Well, kind of, but that's not the word. Someone will know the word.
Someone.
There's Ken Chinchimino with
Hey,
1, 2,
Ken,
3,
hi.
4, 5, 6 hearts.
Oh, so do you know what the girls are in when they're like putting up pheromones?
No.
Pheromones.
Yeah, they say,
Hey Ken, top of the morning to you.
you hear
Ken
that?
Cimino and Michelle Cimino are two of our dearest friends. We love them, love them, love them, love them. And in fact, they're going to be here Friday night, and they come to our cocktail parties quite often. So top of the morning to you, Ken and Michelle.
Where was I before I was interrupted?
We're talking about the smell or
Oh,
the
yeah.
aroma. Or
Yeah,
the
yeah. You get this when you
pheromones.
watch the National Geographic Channel,
Yeah.
and you see this going on the National Geographic Channel.
I thought you just watched them to see the bare boobs.
Bare boobs on the National Geographic
Yeah,
Channel.
when they go to Africa and none of the women wear tops there.
Oh, they have that on
Come
the.
on, you noticed.
Really?
Yeah, he's acting dumb. Oh, really?
Huh?
Really?
Huh? Yeah, that's
The
right.
horniest man on the planet is going to were.
Okay, where was
They were
I?
topless, pheromones or something like that.
And
Because I
they
don't
refer
know.
to the animals on the channel. They say she's in
Heat.
no
She's
another
in
word.
Menopause,
Someone knows it.
menopause,
If someone's watching who knows that word,
or yes.
is there an
You
animal?
guys are smarter than us. You'll let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, after she got her one, which I thought it's a lot of work and running.
Well, let me interrupt
for.
you for a moment.
Yeah.
Robert Rangley said, whoops, I just lost him here. Where is he? Here he is. Alan, boy, he's acting like this is Fun Friday. Well, every day is Fun Friday in this
He's
house.
particularly bad, though, on Fridays. I will tell you that. He's not as bad on Tuesdays. Fridays, he knows he's got Saturday and Sunday. Well, it's not Friday. This is Tuesday. What am I thinking?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, wait till Friday. He's bad on Tuesday. Wow. Yeah, I was thinking tomorrow was Saturday for some reason. Wow. Huh. Well, anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch, after girl bighorn sheep got her one
Estrus.
estrus.
Valerie Yvonne. Whoops.
Valerie, yes, of course.
Valerie Yvonne. What's her last name? Katie.
Valerie,
Okay.
you rock. You're exactly right, estrus.
Estrus.
Yes, right.
Okay. Phew.
All we women have experienced that a lot, a lot.
Being an estrus?
I've been an estrus.
Well, you're an estrus on a full moon. Your highest day of
I'll tell them
estrogen.
all about my estrus in a moment. I just want to finish the
Oh, sure.
one-shot bighorn
Sure.
king guy who was ironically the guy with the biggest horns,
And also the biggest.
horniest. And not to
Oh, yeah.
get crude here,
Oh, yeah.
but I've never seen bighorn sheep. How else do I say it? Balls up
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
And when they were right in front of our gate, in
You
front
can
of
hear
our
them
bedroom,
when he walks. You can hear them.
well, almost. Honest to God.
It's like a bell
And
ringing.
you know what it looked like from behind? I've never seen them up close, and I mean, it wasn't a whole lot further than you are from here. It looked like two pineapples hanging next to one another and moving and banging into one another. I don't know. I couldn't help but see, but it was just like, whoa.
Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
I'll tell you what it reminded me of.
What?
Okay?
What?
It reminded me of that old song. It's an old classic from the 50s when it was Merv Griffin's only hit record.
I've got a
When-
lovely bunch of coconuts.
That's right. I've got a love.
Didn't he sing that up there? That
Yeah.
night? Oh my
Yeah.
God, I miss Merv
Yeah.
Griffin.
Oh, hold it. News alert.
Yeah.
Kathy Carico said, where is she? I just lost her. Most sheep are seasonally polyestrous and short day breeders. They will begin to exhibit estrus when length of day begins, begins decreasing. They will come into heat every 16 to 17 days
That makes
until they
sense.
are bred or return to anestrus. I guess that's the opposite
Kathy,
of
you are
estrus.
brilliant, and that, now
Yeah.
that I think about it, that's the pattern here. We get like these big balls every 16 days. But I've never seen big balls up close. This is that was like a new experience. Let me just finish. He gave her the
Okay.
which I went, all that for that. And then she was sort of like, hey honey, hi. And she now starts hanging around him, but he's kind of over it.
He's done.
Yeah, he's done. I thought, all right, so you had to run around for a half hour. That's it? That's it?
You know, I have to,
What?
let's see.
What?
This person can hear me perfectly.
Oh.
Hold it, don't do anything.
Okay.
But I'm muffled.
Oh.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh. Did you just want to play with my,
Yeah.
now that we're talking about big balls?
Yeah.
I'm sorry that the show's taking this turn, but I guess that's the way it goes. So, now she's in the mood, but he's not. He's done. And I noticed that the herd left her. Remember yesterday? And
Yep.
last night, when we were going to bed, there she still was out there.
That's right. All
Remember?
by herself.
All by herself. We actually felt sorry for
Yeah.
her because she's like, well, where'd my whole family go? And they all left her.
It was just starting to get dark.
Yeah, it was
I
like
was
7
really worried.
o'clock.
I was worried about her.
I was a little, although animals know how. Like Alan said to me the other day, maybe we should start putting food out there. I said, no, never mess with nature. They got it all figured out. You start putting what? Your old, ribs and things out there. We will so change the ecological environment out there. Don't mess with nature.
Well, the guys are massive animals, okay?
Well, I've never seen anything like that.
We can probably put saddles on them and ride up into the mountains.
On the sheep or the big balls?
Well, the big balls come with a big sheep.
I actually couldn't believe it. I wasn't into it. It was just like,
What was it like?
you didn't look like this.
It's when Chrissy sees big balls.
Well, here's how Chrissy would see big balls.
That's funny.
I know. She was funny.
Yeah, she was hysterical.
Yeah, she was hysterical.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of that character. I figured her out. I didn't want her to be stupid. I wanted her to be lovable, and I think I succeeded. Don't you? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think I did. Anyway, so that's the big ball escapade yesterday. That's what goes on up here at our mountain. What are you all doing in your pandemic? Are you looking at big balls in your pandemic? I've never talked to you like this about, oh, what the heck? And I've had 2 sips.
Okay.
Okay, what?
So what's on the agenda today?
Oh, we're going to talk about necks.
Oh, I see what this is.
You know, I think I'm aging well. I'm real happy with the wrinkling or lack thereof on my face. I don't think it's too bad. It's not cosmetic, although I have told you I do Botox 3 times a year. Although this year I had it in April. I never, because of the surgery, I never got to have it again until when we got here, which was, when did we get back here? So Caroline's very emphatic. You got to lift up. Whenever they told me that on the first floor of department stores, you got to do this thing. I tune out.
Okay, so there are like 10 people who have just said the sound is getting bad.
Oh no.
Is it still bad? I just unplugged something I thought might be the problem.
Oh.
Tell me.
Oh, tell us. Yeah, tell us so we can.
The
fix
sound
it.
is gone. Something went wrong. We cannot hear you.
Oh.
Wow.
What are those pinks?
That's, yeah, Julie, no sound. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I know what to do.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You know why we're being censored? Because I talked about big balls. I'm sure. You know, you have to be really careful now. They're like censoring everything. They're listening to everything. What are you doing? We're not going to use the mic and the mic pad?
The mic here.
Oh, should I take this off?
We can leave that on.
All right.
Okay, I think I
So
fixed
somebody
it.
just pinged you again.
I
How's
think-
this sound?
Yeah, sound is back much better.
Okay,
I
okay.
fixed it. And you didn't think I knew anything about technical things, did you?
No, you know what? to say that to you. You're 84 years old, and at 84, nobody knows anything about this technical stuff. And you decided you were going to learn. And when you were faced with something that you didn't get or understand, you've been teaching yourself, or having Dave, our IT guy, come over and teach it to you. And I admire that. You could so easily go, I'm 84 years old, I've learned all I'm going to learn. Like I remember, wasn't it George Burns who said that? I used to work with a musical director, we call him our MD, Artie Butler, is great, a genius. And he wrote this beautiful, beautiful medley for George Burns called Here's to Life. Eventually, Shirley Horn did it, you might have heard it on her album. And she wrote most of the music, so rightly so. But George said to Artie, the musical director, I don't want to learn anything new ever again.
I get it. He was 99.
Well, he's 99. I think the moment you say that, something shuts down.
Well, he died.
And then you die.
That's shutting down.
I got to know George Burns. Whenever a name comes up that I can talk to you about, I will. And we used to go out and co-headline. One of the great things about the youngest one coming up was that the old ones didn't have anyone to work with, so the young ones got to work with the old timers. And so George and I were co-headlining, and I believe we were at the Hilton, the Las Vegas Hilton. I'm doing my rehearsal in the afternoon, and he walks up on stage and does this, and I go, what? And he goes, yeah, so I can't stay up that late. I said, what do you mean? He said, so I'd like to go on first. I said, and I'm really starting out. I'm like still in my 30s. I said, so you want to go on before me? You want me to follow the legend George Burns? He goes, oh, they'll love you. And I said, yeah, all right. So they did. That was the power of Chrissy Snow, but I had to have George Burns go on first. And I expected when I went out there that the whole audience would say, well, thanks a lot, Suzanne, have a good show. But they actually stayed. You know, you get enough drinks in people and they stay.
Okay, people are asking about they want to know more about the products. So while you're listening to Suzanne tell you about the products, here's the deal today, 42% off. Retail value, $119.99. It's $120. Sale, $70. 42.
That's pretty great.
42%. That is great.
Yeah, that's pretty great. So what you're going to get, and how much are these individually?
Pardon me?
How much are these individually?
$120.
So you don't have it broken down?
Oh, I don't know. So let's say 60 each.
He's lying.
Yeah, no, I'm not lying. I just figure out.
Okay, one's a serum and one's a cream. You want them both. You take the serum, and I think the serum has the acetyl tetrapeptides. Do you have any of those?
I know. I don't have any. Yeah.
And I think, and I'm really guessing, because I just know what's in both of them, and it's not broken down for me here to say, and in this one, but I think in the serum is where we have the Peruvian taro gum, but gum, like there's another gum that we take called mastic gum, gut stomach issues. That was the last thing Dr. Gonzalez ever said to me. He called me the day he was murdered. Imagine, the day he was murdered. And he said, I've been thinking about your stomach, Suzanne, and I think that you should take mastic gum. And 3 hours later, he was gone. Can you imagine? Not by natural causes. Have you ever known anyone who's been murdered? I hope you never do, because you can't stop thinking about it. And today, I'd like to toast him, is the 5th anniversary of his death.
Wow.
Today.
He's a
Gonzalez,
great guy.
I just want to tell you something, and I hope from heaven you're listening, and I know if anybody's in heaven, you're in heaven. You're one of the finest people I've ever met.
Yeah.
You're one of the smartest people I've ever met, and you helped me so much, and you helped so many people. And one of the many, many great things about you, Nick Gonzalez, is that if they didn't have the money, you didn't charge them. I tried to not say that too much, because most people will go, well, then don't charge me. Because he made, when I put him in my book Knockout. 2020, was it 60 Minutes? No, it's 2020 and two other shows, which will come to me in a minute, all said to him, "You're into this for the money." And he said, I'm not into this for the money. And he just wanted enough money to live, because he lived in New York City. Do you know how expensive it is to live in New York City, especially now? And his office rent was exorbitant. His apartment rent was exorbitant. It wasn't like a great apartment. And he was God-loving, country-loving, a true scientist. He, everything that he taught me came with years of background, understand. I mean, I'm not explaining him well because I get emotional talking about him. He was so great.
I remember we went for a walk out in the desert,
Here.
and we got to a place where we were literally in the wilderness, and he stopped. So I stopped with him, and he said, "The silence here is deafening."
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. By the way, Carol DeLise said, "I've been trying to figure out what that thing behind you is. Is it a real old uniform?" No.
A what?
No, a real old uniform. No, in a previous life, that I was a matador, and that's my matador suit, and I used to perform in the Plaza Mayor in Madrid. It was sometime in the 16th century. And I've managed to hang on to my matador outfit ever since.
Carol, he's so lying.
Yeah.
There are times, but he's a creative liar, and he enjoys his lies. And once you call him on it, he goes, "Yeah." That's the one thing that Alan brought with him from his prior life, and I'm happy about this. I asked his ex-wife, who's the mother of Stephen and Leslie, who's an incredible artist, if she would make the, what do you call it?
Armature.
Armature. The armature is everything that matador suit is sitting on. The shoulders, the posture, the arm. She was really good. If you wonder where Leslie gets her talent as a designer, it's from her mother.
Oh, I thought it was from me.
No, she gets her business acumen from you, and she has great business acumen, but she gets that from you. And I think it worked out perfect for her. She's got the design aspect from her mother, and her mother has this approach to drawing that it makes you smile. She really had a feel, a touch. So anyway, so here's to Nick Gonzalez.
Yeah.
I really love you. I love you. I do.
I do too.
I know.
Great guy.
Rest in peace.
If anybody can come down right now and sit in this chair, it's
Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah, Nick, come to the party.
Yeah. Nick didn't drink
No.
or smoke.
No, he didn't drink at all, did he?
Didn't drink
When
or
we
smoke.
went out for dinner, did he ever drink?
No, I don't think so. He may have had a glass of wine
Maybe.
once to be nice.
Yeah.
Oh, well, here's an interesting question
Yeah.
from Cherie Rotruck.
Yeah.
Rotruck. Al, what do you love most about Suzanne?
Oh.
Wow. So I assume you're not talking about her physicality, because that's an easy one, okay? What do I love most about Suzanne?
I can't wait for this answer.
Me too.
Just hone in. You know what you love about me.
Oh, what do I love most? It's what do I love most about you? Okay, I know what I love about you.
What?
everything.
Oh.
I
That's not
mean,
satisfactory
everything.
answer for them.
No, I know, but
For
it
me, it's
is. It's
great.
everything, whatever you can think of. But most, God, I don't know. I gotta give me some time to think about that, okay?
Wow. Yes,
Yeah.
think about it.
I have to think about it. Yeah.
Well, I guess
So-
the next question would be, what do I love most about Al?
Yeah. By the way, Lois Irvin,
Yeah.
do you and Al wear your masks when out and about? Only if we're going to rob a bank, right?
Yeah. One of the benefits of living in a small town is everything from our house is 5 minutes away. And so we have them in the car with us. When we get out of the car, we put them on because we don't want to get anyone in trouble. And then once you get, and we haven't been out that much, once you get inside the restaurant and you sit at your table, then you can take your mask off. So
Yep.
I hate wearing them, and that's immature of me. And if there wasn't so much conflicting information
Yeah.
about the masks, because I'm compliant. You tell me to do something, I'm obedient. What did my mother say about me?
That you're very obedient.
Very obedient.
She's on the Today Show. She's in New York for the first time. After taking her first airplane flight for the first time, she's staying in a fancy hotel for the first time. She's going to do a national show for the first time.
Good Morning America.
Good Morning America. Was it Good? Yeah, Good Morning America.
America.
And Mannix, Mike
Connors, who was filling in
Mike
for
Connors, yeah,
whoever it was.
David Hartman or somebody, yeah. And he said, he asked her the first question, and your mother said, Suzanne was very obedient.
It had nothing to do with the question.
Nothing. And then he asked her the second question. She said, Suzanne was very obedient. And you know what? She won the hearts of America at that point because this was the real deal.
Yeah.
She wasn't some slick Hollywood mother. And she was
like Chrissy Snow's mother.
Yeah,
She really was.
yeah.
And it reached a point where she was so nervous. She had memorized everything she was going to say, everything, so that she couldn't mess up. But she got so nervous she couldn't remember anything that she memorized.
And do you remember what she said?
No.
I can't do
Oh
this.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I can't do
Have you ever
this.
seen that on television?
And then Mike said, yes, you can, Marion.
Right. Alan and I were lying in bed, and I had the covers up like this.
Right.
And I see how nervous she is, and my mother says, I can't do it. I'm going to the TV screen. Yes, you can, Mom. You can do it. You can do it. And but they cut to black, and then took her off the show because she just couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. She's so sweet. So after the show, she called me crying, and I'm so sorry, and I humiliated you, and I'm so sorry, and I just couldn't. I was so nervous, and I said, Mom, you probably did more for me and more for my career in those couple of minutes that you were on camera than anybody ever has. I said, America fell in love with you. You're real. And you've never been on an airplane. You've never been to New York. You've never been on a television show. And now they're asking you to fly to New York last night, so you're tired, you got jet lag, and you're on Good Morning America. Everybody's nervous on Good Morning America, but she cried and cried and cried. And oh God.
It was sweet. She was a
I
sweet
love her
lady.
So much. I love her.
Yeah.
She appears to me all the time as a yellow butterfly. I'll look out the window and I'll go, hey Mom, hey Mom. So
Sherry Rotrick said, Suzanne, I saw the results immediately after using the liquid oxygen. I love it. That's my favorite product.
And that, Alan, that's not her saying it, that's Alan saying it.
No, she's saying it to you.
But yes, but you always say it's my favorite
Yeah,
product.
right.
And it is.
Yeah.
That's this liquid oxygen, which is
It's my
not.
favorite product.
Yeah, it's oxygen suspended in liquid. Go figure. Today's offering is the neck cream and the neck resurfacing serum, and you use both. You first put the serum, the kind of brownish stuff, which always changes color because when you use natural products, you know, sometimes you buy a papaya and it's darker than the last papaya you had. That's just the way nature is. You put this on. You put a couple of squirts, you don't use a lot. That's why it's a small jar, but it goes a lot, right? And then you take it up like this. And then all of a sudden, you look 19. And never waste anything. Whatever I've left over, I always put on my cheeks. Okay, so you let that dry in a little bit, and then you put the cream. Couldn't be easier.
Pamela wants to know, Pamela Sullivan, Where
Oh,
did,
one of mine, Pamela
one of
Sullivan.
yours.
Top of the morning to you, Pamela Sullivan.
Where did your cheetah chair come from? Okay, I'll give you a hint, Pamela. When you start seeing bighorn sheep covered chairs, you'll know where the cheetah chair came from.
Well, I'll tell you, there's one down here and one over there that I bought in Paris at their antique fair. And they were pricey, and they're the real deal.
Is that real cheetah?
Not that I'm sitting on.
No.
Then, when I had my talk show, I've had several, I picked out this chair that I'm sitting in because it's just the right height, and when you have high heels on, your heel rests right on the bar going across in just the right way. These are things that most people don't think about. When you have to sit in chairs, like I do sometimes for hours a day, you want the arms to be in the right place. So I got these chairs, got 4 of them. You may have seen them follow me around. I use them at Evine, but we had them covered in gray suede. I used them on the Suzanne show that we shot at Universal, and I had 4 of them, so if I had 2 guests, we could line the 4 chairs up. I've used them so often. And so when we left Evine to go to QVC, that's a long story you'll be hearing about, I brought those chairs with me. For a while they were trying to keep them at Evine. No. So now I have all 4 of them back. 2 of them are still in gray suede, and then the other 2 are in fake cheetah. But we took a picture of the real cheetah and had it simulated in fake kind of velour, and I really like it. I just love it, and I'm trying to figure out in my new house where to use these chairs because I've got to use them. It's real hard when you're moving and you've been collecting things for 43 going on 50 years, and what do you let go? You're all downsizing, a lot of you I know. What do you let go? What do you take with you? Wink Martindale and Sandy Martindale were over the other night, and they just did that move, and I could see by Wink's face, it was painful for him. Did you see that on his face, Alan?
Yeah.
It's like...
It is painful.
It's painful.
It won't be painful for me.
No, but I think at this stage of the game, when you have to downsize, because that's what I want to do, I don't want all these bedrooms anymore. I don't want all this stuff anymore. But
Well, if we could rent out those bedrooms, okay?
Yeah.
If we could rent them out, okay? We'd be in our little house, okay?
Yeah.
On the
You
property.
realize in this house, we only live in our little bedroom house.
Yeah, but if we could rent those, we could make some money,
Yeah.
okay? And if you would cook for them, you don't have to do breakfast.
cook for
Yeah,
them.
do lunch and dinner. That's it.
Oh, if I would cook for
Yeah, if you could cook for
That's a
them,
great idea, Al.
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a business.
Oh, yeah.
We could call it
That's called the last 40 years.
Susie's Downfall.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've been cooking and cooking and cooking and cooking and cooking for my friends and family for the better part of 50 years. It started with our house on the Venice Beach in California, where I had those lunches and people for dinner. I wonder how many meals I've cooked. How many do you think I've cooked? I like it.
In your life?
No, in the last 50 years since we've been together.
Oh.
I've liked it, and you know I've liked it.
You know,
I cooked for Ken Chimino.
I once figured out how much sex we had had. But I'll figure out how many meals we've had.
Oh, how much? Oh no, let's not go to that. How much sex have we had?
What?
But we know how much sex that bighorn sheep with the big
Oh,
balls.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like, it was over. An instant after it began, it was like, that was it.
Yeah, I've been with bighorn sheep like that. Haven't we all, girls? Where you go, is that all there is?
You mean there was somebody before me?
Is that all there is? Actually, very, very, very few. Very few.
That
You're
you
my
could-
one and only, Al.
That you could count on how many hands?
No, you know that. You're
Remember the French
You're my
guy?
one and only.
Remember the French guy? Well, I am now because your first marriage was annulled.
Yeah, but away from that, you're my one and only.
I know.
No, you're being kind of flippant, but
No, I
it's
know
true.
that because you're my one and only.
Yeah. Well, you're 10 years older and you had more time to like explore.
It wasn't my
But it's
idea.
okay.
It was never my
It's
idea.
okay. It's okay.
I'll tell you,
You ended up with the right one.
I struck out 1,000 times. No, let me finish say what I'm saying. 1,000 times, okay, growing up, and until I got on television in Canada, okay, that's when things started to happen.
But you were, you were like awesome. Who wouldn't want to be with you?
Well, I can name a few. No, really. No, I struck out. I always struck out. Always struck out. Yeah.
What do you think you did wrong?
I never had a good come on. Think of the come on line I had for you.
Horrible.
Okay. Would you mind getting me a cup of coffee?
Yeah, that was bad.
So I wasn't good at that.
But
Okay.
I fell in love with him, honestly, the minute I met him. Not the day, the minute. Just like, who's that?
And she called her mother and said, "I met the man I'm going to marry today."
I did.
That's scary, but I liked it.
Well, I was single.
Yeah.
I didn't know you weren't.
At the time, let me think. I was going through.
Yeah, you're going through.
Yeah.
And so you were in a looking mode. But well, I don't think there are any accidents in life. Do you ladies out there? Why are you laughing at? What?
Suzanne Witzig said, referring to my sex life,
Yeah.
then you got more ass than a toilet seat.
Who's that?
That's Suzanne
I
Witzig.
gotta remember her name. Good one, Suzanne. Wow, that's a good one.
That's a funny line.
Okay, let's go back here because Caroline's in the car driving here. I don't think she can hear me, but maybe she can because she's got wizard ways.
What is your, someone wants to know, what's your astrology sign?
Well, Libra.
Libra, okay.
Libra, yeah, Libra.
Mine,
Anyway.
mine is yield.
Well, Caroline likes us to get back to the
Okay. Debbie Smith, what kind of tequila do you drink? Casa Dragones.
Yeah. The restructuring neck firming serum
Yeah.
and the neck firming cream.
Yeah.
Serum, cream.
Yeah.
Serum first, cream follows. Serum, 2 pumps in your palm, and you do this thing like they tell you on the first floor of Barney's, do that thing, and get it here in your chest. And then after you do the serum, then you take the restructuring cream. Always lift up. It's clearly very important because every single person who demos creams and serums and things all do that. That makes sense to get it all going up. And so, you know, we've all done it, ladies. We've all done it. Where you look in the mirror and you hold your neck back or you hold your this back. We've all done it. I know it. I do it daily.
See what guys do
What do you do?
when they're naked and,
Yeah.
you know, by themselves?
When they're naked and by themselves. What do
They
guys do?
turn sideways and look at their stomach in
Oh,
the
yeah?
mirror,
Oh, yeah.
right? Yeah, which is always extended, okay, when
Yeah.
it's relaxed.
Yeah.
And then they pull it in like, this is
Yeah.
the way I really look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
It's sweet. You know, aging, and you know, I know a lot about it because I am aging and I've written a book. Did you know? A New Way to Age. I'm so proud of this book.
It's a great book.
But aging is vulnerable, isn't it? It's like stuff starts happening, you don't have any control over it. Like today, Alan, his hearing is diminished a little bit. It's not his fault.
What'd you say?
And we have found, and I wrote about it in this book, there's a new peptide called aldosterone. I've actually written about it in my last couple of books. And aldosterone improves, I always have to think about what I can say.
I can say.
Okay, you can say it because you're not selling it.
I'm not selling it.
either.
You're not selling it either.
Yeah.
No, the way it was explained to me,
Uh-huh.
if you're hearing impaired because of abusive, like listening to loud music for extended periods of time,
Yeah.
forget the aldosterone. If it's simply aging, you got a shot.
Well, Phil Mikens, who is the editor of Aging Matters magazine in the United Kingdom, and he and I have become good friends. And he differs with you. He is a firm belief that if you're losing hearing, it's from a lack of aldosterone, which is a hormone. And when you restore your aldosterone levels, that you have a major shot at getting your hearing back to some degree. Now, you know, you can buy all these expensive hearing aids and all that stuff, but hearing aids are vulnerable, very vulnerable, and they rarely work because people are going, what? And, but he was using it for a while and then lost it, and blame me. He lost it, and then he's going, it doesn't work. I said, no, you stopped using it. It was starting to work. So you can't give up on these things easily. It's like, what if you had given up on your bioidentical hormones right from the get-go because on day one you weren't feeling better right away? You'd be missing out on a big life experience, which is getting your quality of life back. And that's all I'm really trying to do for all of you, for Alan, for me, for the people in my family, is let's restore ourselves to quality of life like we have known it all our years growing up. That's all we want. We just want to feel great again, don't we?
I do.
Yeah.
By the way.
Naturally, without drugs.
Yeah, by the way.
What?
Lori Amber said that tequila, Casa Dragones, is woman-owned, from what I read.
Oh.
Now I don't know if it is or not.
Oh,
Okay.
wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, I was hoping I'd hope she referred to you, that you owned it, but you don't own it either. We know one of the owners. I know.
My birthday's coming up in October. You could buy it for me.
Oh yeah, I do.
If you love me, you would buy it for me.
I do. Yeah, what you have to do is grow your nails real long, and then pretend you're smoking a cigarette, and a little
He's still
piece,
talking on the telephone.
a little piece of tobacco is left on your
Oh,
tongue.
like my
Your aunt.
bombshell. She's actually my cousin, but when you're a kid and you've got an adult cousin, they seem like aunts because they don't feel like cousins. When you're a kid, cousins are little, right? And I've got this. Oh my God, Dolores Cohen. Oh my gosh, she was something. I loved her. Bleached blonde hair. She did work in a beauty salon. Maybe she owned it. She's like that kind of personality. That women who early on became commercial. And she had these long nails, red long nails, and she liked to drink her drink, and she liked to smoke her cigarette. So when she smoked her cigarette, and she'd take a puff, and then she'd do this. Like that. It's a little thing, but I'm a little kid. I'm a mimic, so I watch anything I can mimic. I didn't know that back then. I didn't know why, but I did. Anyway, rest in peace, Dolores. I miss her. So many people. I remember my dad said that what he didn't like about aging, he said, I'm losing all my friends. Losing, no G. And it didn't mean anything to me at the time because I was young and, you know, well, your friends are old, so why wouldn't you lose them? I find losing friends very sad. There was an article, I think yesterday, in the New York Times about Alex Trebek, who's a good friend of ours.
It was in the Sunday Times.
Sunday New York Times.
Yeah.
Sunday Times, yeah, which is a different paper than the daily papers. I mean, it's the same, but it's not as radical. It's more calmed down. Anyway, Alex is in the battle of his life, and he's winning. He's winning, and I hope he wins. He's a doll, and his wife is so beautiful, and she's a Canadian girl, so that's how we all know one another. When Alan left his show in Canada, he had them put Alex in his chair.
No.
No, I'm wrong.
No,
Tell
you're
him
wrong.
the right way.
You're totally wrong.
I'm totally wrong. I just said that. So
No,
wrong.
First of all, Alex and I used to go to the steam bath together on Sundays. And I think it was like, maybe I'm confusing it with my dad, but I think it was like one of those Russian
Alex will
steam
be
baths.
happy to hear that.
Oh yeah, no, not confusing him with my dad, just the steam bath,
Oh,
where a bunch of Russian
you
hair.
were traumatized by the steam bath with your dad.
Well, I was 5 years old, and all of a sudden I'm with a bunch
You
of
saw what I saw this morning.
hairy, naked guys, and I ran away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Well-
you saw what I saw on the Bighorn Sheep today.
that's right.
Yeah, okay.
At eye level, yeah. What was I talking? Oh, so anyway, so I did a pilot for a music show for I guess teenagers. After it was like American Bandstand. It was called what was it called? I can't remember.
I don't know, Alan.
What was it
Ken
called?
Trevino knows what's it called, Ken.
No, I don't think. No, this is really out of everyone's
Ken,
bailiwick.
you knew DeClark, didn't you?
Anyway, I think the theme music was rackety sax. Anyway, so I did this pilot, and the network didn't buy it. So I went off and I was doing another show. Then the network bought it, and the producer, Bernie Rothman, was a friend of mine, came to me and said,
Bernie who?
"Bernie Rothman, you made beef Wellington for
His
him."
name was Rothkopf.
Who?
I thought it was Bernie Rothkopf.
No, Bernie Rothkopf was the president of the MGM Grand
Oh, I
Hotel.
got my Bernie's mixed up.
Got
Oh,
your
yeah,
Bernie.
I made beef Wellington. for
That's
Bernie
right.
Rothman.
So he said, "What are we going to do? You're not available." And I was doing the kind of show I was doing was a very serious show, and I couldn't do this show.
No,
So I said, "Quote: There's a kid in Ottawa you should look at."
kid.
That was
If
Alex.
you're watching, Alex, you were a
Yeah,
kid.
we were all kids.
So he got the job?
He got the job.
Did he know that you had recommended him?
Probably. Well, I don't know. I assume that Bernie would have said something.
Or not? Everyone likes to take credit, don't they?
I don't know.
Yeah. You're not like that, so you don't think like
No,
that?
I don't care.
You don't care.
No.
Your ego is very much intact.
So Carol Simmons said Alan Thicke. No, it wasn't Alan Thicke.
But
That was
you
a.
gave
I gave Alan Thicke my show in Canada. Yeah. That was
you're
yeah.
a show giver awayer.
I am. Yeah. I'm good. I'm very good at
And
that.
why'd you give your show away to Alan Thicke?
Because you were fired from Three's Company and you didn't have anyone to work with, and I thought, this is crazy. You're going to be out there in the wilderness, and you need somebody. And I appointed myself.
I did. I needed you.
But Alan Thicke was a great friend, lifelong friend. And the day before he passed, we spent the entire day with him at John Paul DeJoria's place in Malibu,
Yeah.
with all the kids and grandkids sledding and snowboarding
Dick Van Dyke.
down the hill.
Yeah, you've got video from that day.
Yeah,
We
I've
were
got
all
video.
Singing together.
Yeah.
Camellia was singing with Dick Van Dyke for
Yeah.
the third time.
That was great.
I know.
It was sad.
I know. So,
You know what? He was playing hockey, okay?
Yeah.
And you know, I get that call once a month from Canadians here, and they say, "Al, we need one more. We need anyway, I say, "Are you guys crazy? I'm not going to play hockey. One body check, and I'll be gone." And they said, "No, we don't allow body checking." I
What's
said,
body checking?
"Where you
Wrestle?
actually you just bump the guy as hard as you can,
Oh, and see if
and
they fall
the
down?
best way to do it is up against the boards,
Uh-huh.
where you literally crush them." Okay? Yeah. Okay.
Is that the object of body checking?
Well, it's not the object. The object is to get control of the puck. But on the way to get control of the puck, if you can disable your opponent, okay?
See, girls, this is one of the big differences between men and women. We women, we don't make exorbitant amounts of testosterone, so we don't think in terms of body checking.
No.
We think in
No.
terms of...
Well, you do body checking, but it's a different kind of body checking. You stand in the mirror and you body check before you go anywhere.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah. So one night we're at a birthday party, and one of the greatest hockey players of all time was there, Wayne Gretzky, and who's an old friend. So we're standing at the bar and talking. And I told them that once a month I get a call from a Canadian asking me to come out and play hockey. And he said, what do you say? I usually say, are you friggin' crazy?
Yeah.
I get the same call. I said, what do you say? He said, I say the same thing. I'm not going to play hockey.
He's
I
a
think,
nice guy.
very nice guy. I think what happens is you get out there, and even though body checking is not allowed, you forget that you're 100 years old, and there's an opportunity to grab the puck, and you go for it, and someone gets hurt. Yeah.
That was the most shocking call, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think his son was with him at the
He
time.
was.
Yeah.
The blurred lines.
Yeah.
You know you got it. I think that was one of the best
I don't know if it was,
music videos.
I don't think it was that son.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, blurred lines. I know. I actually know because I loved it. I loved the choreography. I loved what he did. I loved his demeanor. It was the first time I had really paid attention to Robin Thicke, which is his son's name, Robin Thicke. And gosh, he did a great job on that. And then something about somebody said he plagiarized something. I don't know if he really did, but I think what he did was throw in the towel, like, I'm not going to get into this lawsuit. So that was his first big hit. The tragedy of that is that sometimes you never get a second one. And I hope that he gets, because he's talented, and I hope he gets another shot. Because he's really, don't you think?
I'm sorry, what were you saying? No, I'm just
Robin
kidding.
Thicke.
Yeah, no, I
really
agree.
Talented.
Yeah.
He moves in a way that is like, it's like all confidence, and it's great. He's really great.
But also, the concept was so brilliant.
Naked girl.
Where he stood there, and I think they were topless.
Yeah.
They were wearing a skin-colored little panties.
Whatever. They were pretty naked, but it looked great. It was tasteful.
But these were all supermodels.
Yeah.
These
and really tall and really skinny and really.
Right.
But it was a beautifully, masterfully done video. So unique, so different. It wasn't cheesy nudity. It was using nudity with these perfect specimen women who were all supermodel height and weight and small. What did I do? Small breasts, small breasts and narrow hips, and they all looked amazing, amazing.
So Heidi Kleiner said,
Yeah.
how do you feel after you're done with a Facebook show? Me? I need a cigarette.
Well, I always feel great. We don't continue drinking after we leave you. We have this drink and then we go in and have dinner. Oh, so I said, and then we'll get back to today's offering. I said, here's what we're having for dinner tonight, which I'm really excited about. I've made artichokes for all of us. And because Violet is allergic to all things dairy, I can't make, any kind of mayonnaise, dill, any kind of blue cheese, kind of anything. So what I'm doing is I've scooped it all out, and so it's like a flour on the plate, still warm. Once you cook an artichoke, if you don't have to put it in the refrigerator, it's going to taste a lot better. Because once it's like a tomato in the refrigerator, once a tomato goes in the refrigerator, or a cooked artichoke, they degrade. So they're on the plates, and I now schmooshed and poured our Meyer lemon olive oil all over it, which is so good, and a lot of sea salt, and then a squeeze of lemon, and that's all with an extra lemon on each plate. That's going to be yummy. So that's our first course. Second course, I bought a rack of lamb with 10 chops. There are 4 of us. And so I had him cut those 10 chops into skinny, skinny, skinny little chops. And I took a lot of the fat off. And so we're having paper-thin little baby lamb chops that I'm going to pan fry. There's nothing better. But I've been marinating them all day in olive oil, lemon, sea salt, some hot red pepper flakes. That's an important thing. There's just a little teeny kick in there. And what else is in there? That's kind of where it's at. Oh, and rosemary, which I picked from our garden here. The rosemary, I pulled all the rosemary leaves off, and in the little baby Cuisinart that I have, I smooshed up garlic, rosemary, olive oil, little hot red pepper, sea salt, and black pepper. Smooshed it all up so that there's like handfuls of it, and then just rub that like you're massaging a baby. Like you just put all this great marinade all over it, in between and under and everything, and let it sit all day. And after we leave you here, I'll go in there and we pan fry those. And so it'll be the lamb chops. Start with the artichokes, lamb chops, a baked yam. What's better than a baked yam that I baked for an hour and a half,
Yep.
so that the outside is crackly?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to open it up and squeeze it, and then put some of this great butter that we have.
Burro.
And, the burro butter, and then sea salt and pepper. So we've got that, and it seems to me we've got something else. Oh, I've got 2 salads I made. One grated raw beet with grated carrots and grated apples, and honey, and I think a little garlic in there, and all mooshed together. It sounds kind of good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Patricia Willis,
Yeah.
this is an email for Caroline.
Okay.
Hey Caroline, I tried ordering the Gut Renew, and I'm a first-time buyer, so I entered the code, and it said with a $25 purchase, you get a cream for free. But it wouldn't go through. We really want to try the Gut
Gosh,
Renew.
you must. Caroline will be here shortly. She said she'd be a little late for the show because of traffic.
You know, the only way we know what's going on sometimes is to hear what's going on,
Yeah, yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So here's this
We
deal.
have the Gut Renew shake every morning, except for weekends, because we take a little break on weekends. It's so good for your gut. If you've got constipation, what's that song? Diarrhea? What's that commercial?
That's the pooping commercial.
Yeah, the pooping commercial. Diarrhea? It's the 3...
Imagine the agent calling the actors on the show. Hey, I've got great news for you, and I've got bad news for you.
What's the good news?
The good news is you got a job.
Yeah.
The bad news is that you will be forever remembered for poop.
Poop, right.
But you know what? So what?
And you know what?
So what? It's a
You
gig.
know what? If you...
I would have taken that
Pooping
gig.
is an issue.
Yeah.
You do not have quality of life. I remember reading a book in the 60s by Dr. Bernard Jensen. And I remember the first page. I always remember first pages. That's when I write a book, pay attention to my first page, because I pay a lot of attention to my first page. And the first page of Dr. Bernard Jensen, which is a book about poop, he said, life is a flow. It flows through you and out of you. And if it's not, your quality of life is non-existent. And I remember thinking, because I was young at the time, I thought, you're so right. You're absolutely so right. So
Yeah.
life is a flow.
So Joanne DeClaudio said, with a lot of hearts, oh my God, stop. I want to come for dinner. I can smell everything. Well, you know,
I
Joanne,
wish I could invite you for dinner.
well,
I
it'll
really
be,
do.
yeah, it'll be a special dinner tonight because, you know, it's hot in the desert.
Yeah.
So we're all going to be naked, okay? And it saves on the napkins, huh? And the tablecloths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could I have my second?
Certainly.
What I like most is a splash, mostly ice and then a splash of
Okay.
tequila. That means I'm having a good time when I go for the second one.
Okay.
I am having a good time with all of you. I love our cocktail parties. Do you?
Yeah.
I do. It's like, I don't know, it's an hour out of the day that, you know, we're going to have fun and we're going to talk about, I don't know, did I think I was going to talk about the bighorn sheep's balls? I didn't think so. So there you are. Did you think we're going to talk about his balls today?
No.
No. How would you I need to wake up in the morning, we open the steel shutters, Al likes to be safe, the steel shutters come up, and there they
That's our
are.
blackout curtains.
Those are our blackout curtains, and there they are. There are at our back gate several, most mornings several, and they're eating little bits of baby greens that are on the ground. Thanks so much, honey.
You're welcome.
And God, I love being married to you.
I know.
I'm toasting you again.
No, I'm the best.
You are.
Okay.
You can even be that guy.
Okay.
Thank you, God. I don't care. It's great. Every day with you is great.
Thank you. Ditto.
I feel that when I fall asleep at night, smiling and thanking God for this great husband I have. I wake up in the morning, I look over and I'm smiling, but usually I'm smiling because you're kissing me.
Yep.
I post that a lot. I woke up this morning, my husband was kissing me. Honestly, he's kissing me every morning when I wake up. How beautiful is that?
And sometimes I even kiss you on the lips.
Girls, you answer. Don't make me answer this. Girls, you answer. What are they saying now?
You said you set me up for that.
No, I didn't. I had no idea
Oh, of course not.
that your brain would come back. Girls, help me, please. Anyway, you're a bad boy, but you're my bad
I know.
boy. I know.
All right.
Well, that kind of left me speechless. So if I talked about, oh my gosh, the hour's up. I haven't even, oh God, I'm gonna get in trouble from Caroline. Just remember two things, so I don't get in trouble. The neck, I gotta put on my glass. I need my glasses now for everything. That's called 73.
You mean those $3 glasses you buy by the pound?
I do. Neck firming serum, okay? Targeted peptides. You're gonna hear a lot about targeted peptides from me. Neck firming serum, neck firming cream. You want both. You want the neck firming serum, just a couple of bumps like that, okay? Smoosh it around and then bring it up. Just like we're at the first floor of Barney's, okay? You do that, and then after you rub that in there, then you take your neck firming cream and you do the same thing. You bring it up. And why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
Karen, where is it? Pauletta O'Connell. Okay, one of yours.
Yeah.
Alan,
You had a Sullivan or a call?
you're bored right now, dirty old man mouth.
You know, you're all starting to really know him. He's like, if he gets bored, he goes off into this place.
No, I'm not
where he's
bored.
Bad boy Al.
No, I'm not bored.
I know.
Okay,
I wish we could do this party live one night. Oh my God.
okay. It is live. This is live.
Well, I mean live with everybody in the room. But,
Oh, everybody in
but
the
that
room.
would be a couple of 100,000 people.
That's called a cruise. Yeah, not going to do that again. Neck firming duo,
Don't say
120
you're not gonna do
retail,
that.
sale 70, 42% off, and you'll love it.
Yeah, don't
You
say
will.
you're not going to do it again because we don't know that we're not going to do it again.
That's true.
I never thought we
No.
were going to do the cruise in the first place.
No, but you announced it before we discussed it, and we had to do it,
No, I said.
and it turned into be a
maybe-
good thing.
I said maybe, girls, we should all take a cruise.
That's
How was
right.
How was
Right.
I to know that you're going to go?
Right.
Yes.
And then 20 hours later, it was sold out.
Can you believe?
And it was
Girls were
incredible.
so
You,
great.
you know what surprised me about that trip? Because we had like Suzanne stores on every deck, okay? And so I'd go there and I'd just kind of watch the action. Women were actually shoplifting stuff.
Yeah.
They'd put on a pair of sunglasses and walk away, or put on a bracelet.
Then when it was brought to their attention, you know what?
Yeah, they jumped overboard. Yeah,
They brought it back.
yeah.
And they sneaked it in, but they brought it back.
I think there was a lot of action happening because most of the women came alone. And it was like, what, 2,200 women, or 2,000 women and 200 guys.
Yeah.
And
The men were great on that cruise.
yeah, the men were great.
And they had to service all of you.
Yeah.
And I don't mean service, I mean they had
Yeah.
to talk to you and dance with you. And
Right. Well,
not had to, they liked it.
I was going to get around to servicing because I think the crew was really busy with some of those ladies.
I don't think so.
Little, romance at sea. What was it called? Love boat? Love boat.
The Love Boat. Did you ever
Love-
see, Jenny, we have to get off because Facebook will cut us off if we go longer than an hour.
No, that's not
We're
Facebook.
long-
That's Insta.
All right, well, whoever. But Jenny McCarthy had a show, a variety show, and she used the Love Boat theme, and she had me sing the Love Boat theme. And here's how it went. It's Jenny, ba-ba-da-dee-da-da-da-da-da. It's Jenny. I don't remember any other words, just it's Jenny.
That's all you need.
Love Boat. Didn't need it.
So there are a lot of messages coming in. People want to do a cruise or a convention.
Oh, I'd like it. I would actually like it. I think we have to go. I don't want to go.
I think we
It's
have
not
to
so
go.
fast, but I think we have to go.
Yep.
Remember, so I don't get in trouble, the serum and the cream. And how much is it, Al?
Okay, I'm only
You tell
going to one
I'm
more.
like-
Here it is.
Okay.
$120. 70 is what you pay, 42% off.
Okay.
SuzanneSummers.com.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And remember the body lotion, wild orange vanilla. Remember the liquid oxygen. How do you feel about this, Al?
By the way,
How do you feel about the liquid oxygen?
it's my favorite product.
Yeah, why?
I put it on my face every morning
Why?
and sometimes at night.
Why?
And if I wake up in the middle of the night and I can't sleep and I go for a little walk, I always swing by. Pardon?
Where do you walk to?
Just around our, little house here.
Yeah.
I swing by the sink and I pick up some liquid oxygen
And what do you like about it?
and I put it on. It's like giving your face a drink.
There you go.
And when you live in the desert,
Yeah.
but even not in the
Exactly.
desert, where
With all the,
back east in the wintertime when the heat is on inside, it gets really dry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then here's the
Ageless serum.
Ageless serum,
yeah.
which,
I use that when I'm doing the face master.
yeah, I think these two, the liquid oxygen and the Ageless serum, these are kind of life altering, or as Rosie O'Donnell once said to me, I turned Rosie O'Donnell onto hormones, and then clearly she lost her prescription or something because she's wacko again. I remember after I got her all right, and it took a lot of talks, I pick up the phone one day, no hello, nothing. She goes, life altering.
Right, great,
Altering.
great.
And-
By the way,
Yeah.
Rowena Courtney Williams says, come to Newfoundland. I'll feed you lobsters and fish. Well, we've been to Newfoundland, right? I've been there a
I
lot,
would love a
but
lobster.
we actually we were in Pleasantville, remember?
I don't remember the names.
Okay, Pleasantville. But I've been there a lot. Gander, I've been to Newfoundland a lot. I had an experience there that this was an experience I had in the early
I
'60s.
gotta go, it's 9 minutes after, they're gonna cut us off.
Who's going to cut us off?
The Facebook police,
Why did you fear that Facebook is going to cut us off?
because they had before.
No, that's Instagram.
Oh, okay.
I think you can go for an hour on
Okay,
Instagram.
so the Instagram police, anyway, go on. Finish your
No,
story.
so I'm
Take as long as you want.
so I'm sitting at this bar.
Yeah.
It's like not a bar. It's like a restaurant, but they had a bar counter, like one of those old style counters. And I'm sitting there next to this guy, and he recognized me from TV, and he said, "Al, what are you doing here?" And I said, "Well, we're doing a documentary on the seal hunt." Now, the seal hunt in Canada is very controversial because at a certain time of the year, when shortly after the babies are born, I guess it is, unfortunately, guys go out on the ice and they club the seals. Yeah. So
I did a movie about that, remember?
that's right.
What
So
was that called? I did it with Donald Sutherland. Nothing personal.
nothing personal. So I'm sitting next to this guy, and that's what I said to him. I said, we're doing a documentary on the seal hunt. I didn't say it was for or against. It was just a documentary. And he said to me, I have 5 children,
Yeah.
and the seal hunt is the only thing left in the entire province that will keep my family from going hungry. And did I feel like crap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, there are 2 sides to every story.
There are 2 sides to
Yeah,
every story.
yeah.
And, well,
Well, on that upper, huh?
I think tonight was a fun show. It was like
It was, and by the way-
we talked about
Yeah.
bighorn sheep balls.
Yeah, by the
You didn't
way,
expect that, did you?
no, by the way,
Yeah.
because I was busy doing things here,
Uh-huh.
I haven't really had an opportunity to think about the best thing about you.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't had a time to really, because that's hard, because you're everything. You're everything. Really, I'm not kidding. You're everything. It's just that we're one. And people say, yeah, well, you know what's going to happen? One of you dies. And I said, stop, okay? One of us is not.
Matter while we're together.
Yeah, we're not going to die. Who said we're going to die? Okay. Anyway, what was I starting to say?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
Okay.
I love you all. I hope you know that by now. These shows are more than just these shows for me. There's something very connecting about this. I'm glad you come. We'll see you again on Friday night. And tomorrow, do not miss at 1 o'clock California time. I'll tell you, we're going to do something so special. I just got a new tortilla press. That's all I'm telling you, okay? Okay?
That's going to get a lot of use.
It is. No, it is. Where
Yeah.
do you start
I
getting,
can just-
where do you
I
start
can-
getting homemade tortillas
I can
from?
just hear it. Okay, get out the tortilla
No,
press.
you're not right. You know, I do stuff like that.
So Robin Colton Davis said, Al, I don't know if I'm in love with you or Suzanne. Well, it can be the two of us.
Well, what he's saying is,
And
we're
then it's a
cool
threesome.
couple.
No, I'm just kidding.
We're a cool couple, and I love my life with you, Al.
I know.
I love being married to you. I'm proud to be your wife.
Yeah.
And I love
Thank
all
you.
of you who tune into these shows, and I'm not kidding. There's just some special connection. So have a good evening. We'll see you tomorrow, 1 o'clock.
And then Friday at
California time,
5.
Friday night back here in the bar. And have a great evening. Good night, everybody.
Good night.